Welcome to this video. And in this video, what we are going to see, in this video, we are going to see what exactly is ChatGPT and how it is different than Google. Okay. So one thing which I want to make you clear that in throughout this video series, I would be using the reference of ChatGPT. But yes, whatever I am telling, whatever I am teaching throughout this complete video series, that is not just applicable to ChatGPT, but it is applicable to any other language model which is present in the market similar to ChatGPT, right? So with this, let us start with the first thing first, that is introduction to ChatGPT, or I can say introduction to any other AI language model, right? So what are it? What are it? So it is nothing but just an a language model which we have trained over the massive amount of data and which returns us, which gives us a more human-like responses. Okay, so understand this thing very carefully, right? The term human-like responses is really very important over here, right? So what I'm telling, so we have made a language model, right? We have trained a language model over a massive amount of data, not just to attain something, not just to get an output, right? We have we have trained that data to get more human-like responses, like just like we talk to our friends, just like we talk to our families, right? The main purpose of making chat gpt and all these AI language models is there to achieve more of a human-like responses. Just like that, just like we talk to our friends, families, just like that, we can talk with these AI models as well, right? So that is the whole purpose, that is the whole definition of chat gpt, that it is just an AI language model which we have trained over the massive amount of data and which can generate human like responses in a natural language. Okay, so now what is the future of it, right? So let us talk about the future of these AI models. So just like that, in nowadays what happens if we purchase phone, right? So say application Google, okay? So Google is already pre-integrated with our devices, right? And there are many more applications which are already pre-integrated with our devices, okay? So just like that, in the near future, all these AI models, they would be pre-integrated in our smartphones, in our electronic devices, and they would be acting as our full-time assistant. Okay, now imagine this thing, isn't it so great? Isn't it so great that okay, we have a smartphone, we have an electronic device, and in that device we have a chatbot, right? We have a conversational tool, okay, which listen to us, which replies to us in a human like format. Isn't that great, right? So nowadays what happens, we need to go to a website, say chatgpt.com or any other bars website, say, right? To get our output, we type in the question and we get our output, right? So that is the scenario which is in the present time, okay? But when it comes to the future, yes, they would be pre-integrated with that all the electronic devices, I can say, and they would be acting as our full-time assistant. Okay, perfect. Now what is the benefit then? Okay, now suppose, okay, we know that this is chat gpt, this is the future of chat gpt, but what is the benefit? What is the benefit of it, right? What is the benefit of using all these things? Why would I use this? Okay, so yes, the most important benefit of using any of these AI language models out there is just because to save our time. That's it. That is the main benefit of using these AI models, right? To save our time. Also, we can do all the things which are not in our expertise, right? Suppose I want to do certain thing. I've been allotted a certain task, right? And I don't know how to perform that task. What would I do? One thing is that I will go to some senior, I will take help from Google or something like that, and then I will do that task, right? But what I can do now I have my own personal assistant, right? I have my own personal assistant at chat gpt. If I get some task and I'm unable to do that task, I can easily go to chat gpt and I can say, okay, chat gpt, I have been allotted this task and I don't know how to do it. Can you please help me out? And he will do it. He will give you the solution. That's it. That is the main benefit. Okay, so first thing, that it helps in saving our time, but also it extend our field outside our expertise. Okay, so that is the main benefit, that okay, now we are not rigid, now our skill set is not rigid, that okay, we know this technology, so we will be working on these technologies only, right? No, that is not the case, right? since we have ChatGPT, since we have these AI language models, so we have many we are widen our horizon. Okay, we are just widen our horizon. We are just adding some more skills into our backpacks, right? So that is the whole concept. Now I believe that now what ChatGPT exactly is, what is the future of ChatGPT, and what is the main benefit of ChatGPT, that is now clear to you guys. Let us now move to like what types of output it generates basically. The first thing is that it generates a synthesized output. Okay, now what do I mean by synthesized output is basically it generates output which is more in a concise way, which is more in a smaller outputs, right? It will not generate any kind of large output or any kind of output which is irrelevant. Okay, it will not put any irrelevant information in your outputs. Okay, so it will always generate a synthesized output in a concise way. Okay, now when it comes to what you can ask him to generate any kind of content creation, any kind of copyright creation, you can get these types of output from ChatGPT. You can ask it, it will give you, right? If you want any output related to your learning and research purposes, yes, you can ask him that, okay, I want you to give me some learning tips on maybe prompt engineering, learning tips on React, or like any other thing that you want to do, right? So yes, you can get these types of output as well. And then of course coding outputs, so everybody knows that okay, ChatGPT is there, who is going to take our jobs, right? But that is not true. Okay, that is not true. Nobody's jobs are going, okay, so anywhere. So let's not go there. Let's get back to the topic that yes, coding outputs, of course, it you can get the coding outputs from it. Okay, now, let us now see what is the difference. Okay, what is the difference between ChatGPT and Google? How they both are different. Okay, so we all say that okay, Google. What is Google? We all know Google is a searching engine, but but ChatGPT is not just a searching tool. Mark my words. Like in bold letter, capitalize, whatever you want to do it. That ChatGPT is not just a search engine. It is a conversational tool. Okay, it is to which we can talk, right? We can talk to it just like we talk to our friends, families, just like that we can talk to ChatGPT. Okay, but that is not the case with Google. So purpose is entirely different. The purpose of Google is to act as a search engine, whereas purpose of ChatGPT is to do communication with the client, do communication with us and solve our problem. Okay, now then comes the input method, right? So when it comes to Google, in Google we just give a query string, right? We just type in a query string and we just pass it to Google. That's it, right? But when it comes to ChatGPT, we give our problem. We can explain our problem. Okay, we cannot explain our problem to Google. It's just a query string which we pass in. But when it comes to ChatGPT, we can explain the whole problem. Okay, and when we explain the whole problem, depending upon the situation which I am in, ChatGPT will give me the output accordingly, right? That is the major difference between input that Google takes and input that ChatGPT takes, right? Through ChatGPT, we can explain our whole scenario, but that is not the case with Google. Then it comes to output, right? When it comes to Google just takes my query string and it just leaves me in the middle of ocean of links. Okay, it will drop me in the middle of ocean, right? Where ocean of links. Okay, where I myself have to find which is the right link for me, right? But of course, that is not the case with ChatGPT. It gives you the output in a concise way, one single output. Okay, it will always give you one single output, right? And you can always provide the feedbacks. If you don't like the output, you can always provide your feedback that okay, ChatGPT, I don't like this output, can you please do some amendments? It will do it. Definitely it will do it, right? Then the fourth difference comes to the scope, right? So scope is something in which Google is like far away than ChatGPT, as because we know that Google is a big player in the market for a long time, right? So of course, Google has the upper hand over here when it comes to scope. But yes, by time, I believe that ChatGPT will definitely beat Google in this particular aspect as well. Okay, so I guess yes, till now this thing should be clear to you. Like, what is ChatGPT and why we use ChatGPT? What is the future of ChatGPT? What types of output we can get from ChatGPT? And what is the difference between Google and ChatGPT? Right? So yes, if this thing is clear to you, then I guess that's the time to end this video, and we'll meet again in some other video with a new topic. Thank you. Bye bye.